throwing, catching, kicking, things like that. Okay? So I'm going to go through each of these. I'm going to talk about them just briefly. And then two of them I'm going to have you kind of work on. We're going to slow play, make sure we get the movement correct. Okay? The first one I'm going to talk about is a squat. Fundamental movement pattern, foundational. Okay? And here's what I mean by that. You watch a young child, as soon as they get to their feet, yes, I know not all of their bones are formed, okay, or you know, grown to how they should be at your age, okay? But here's what was, if you look at it in a child, watch them squat. Watch how deep they get. Look at the mobility, the flexion they have in their hip and their knee, okay? I mean, I have a 3-year-old, Mr. Grossman has a 2-year-old at home. All right? Their butt almost hits the ground. Over time, for whatever reason, okay, maybe you don't get those positions as you should, right, you start to lose some of that. We should never lose that. Think about older people. Think about their mobility getting in and out of a chair. It becomes harder, right? Because over time, well, you're going to lose muscle mass, you're going to lose muscle strength, all right? But why does that happen? You probably are not as mobile as you should be. If you don't get in those positions, okay, like you used to. All right, so our goal is to make sure that we properly do it, continue to get in those positions, okay? So we're mobile as long as we can be, all right? So, pretty simple. Squat, all right? All we're trying to do, okay, is we're bringing the hip and the knee, all right? So there's a proper way that we do it. When you go to GBN in 2 years, all right, the one thing they're going to want you to do is make sure that you can handle your body weight. Okay, if you cannot properly handle your body weight doing a squat, they're never going to load you with weight. Okay? So they're not going to put you at the squat rack and say, all right, lift this amount of weight, okay, off your back. They're not going to do that, okay, if you can't do it correctly. Why? Because it's a risk of injury, right? You can't properly get proper technique of squatting, right? And they try to load you all of a sudden, and you'll try to overcompensate in some areas, and you're going to hurt yourself, right? We want to make sure we can handle our body weight. Right? So, I'm going to talk from the ground up first. You want your feet about shoulder width. Okay? You want 10 toes going directly forward. They can be slightly out. The two positions I don't want to see you ever get in is really duck-footed. Okay, so where I'm pointing way out. Or pigeon-toed. Okay? This one probably being the worst, because once weight gets on your back or you get loaded, or even your own body weight, what's your knees do? They go into each other. It's called knee valgus. You put more stress on the knee, it's not good. You're going to hurt the knee. Okay? So we want to make sure we're slightly out. Okay, from this point, I want to make sure my torso is upright. Alright? The first movement that you'll make is a slight hinge of the hips. So my butt pushes back, but my chest stays up. What that's going to do, it's going to lock my spine in a neutral position. That's the goal, to be in a neutral position. All right, I don't want to be slouched. I don't want to push in. I want to be neutral. Natural curvature of the spine. That's the goal. Okay, so I'm going to push back so that locks me in. All right. Also going to allow me to get into my posterior chain. So my backside of my muscles. Okay, so my glutes, my hammies. Okay? You don't necessarily want your knees to go forward. Okay, that's why we push butt back, so I can get into those strong muscles. Okay? Watch what my torso does. When I hinge back and start to descend down to the ground, I stay neutral. Where should my head be? Am I now? Where should my head be? Yeah, Luke. Straight forward. Why? Because I'm neutral through the spine. If I look up, okay, now I'm not neutral. If I look down, I'm not neutral on the spine. I want to look straight forward. Everybody stand up. We're going to do it. We're going to make sure we're right.